Every conceivable aspect of this latest indictment against President Trump speaks clearly to the absolute, unmistakable, inimitable, ineffable, immane, obvious fact that there is a conspiracy fact, not a theory, but that the shadow government, the deep state, have collectively conspired against this president to not only make sure that he never wins office again, but that he never sees the light of day. Make no mistake about it. This isn't some political exercise. They want him behind bars. They want him to die in a federal prison or state, if you consider New York, but that's not going to happen. And don't forget, Georgia's still playing around with it. But do not misunderstand this. Make sure, with all of this talk about venue and this and that, make sure you understand they in essence want him. They want his last moments of freedom on this earth to be behind bars. And if that doesn't tell you everything, nothing does. Now, my friend, let me ask you right now, do me a favor, please. First of all, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And listen very carefully to these profoundly sagacious, sapient, and important words from our beloved sponsor. The U.S. dollar has lost 85% of its value since the 70s, when the dollar decoupled from gold, and the government seems bent on continuing the tradition. From now until after the next elections, the government can print as much money as they want, and the last time they did that, inflation went up 9%. This means one thing: the security of your future and your family's future is all in your hands. Make sure you freeze the value of your wealth that you are holding. Invest in gold with Noble Gold Investments. Gold is the one asset that has proven to withstand recession, inflation, and just about all economic threats. Noble Gold Investments is here to help you. If you want to invest in gold, you will also get a 24-karat, quarter-ounce gold standard coin for free. So go to noblegoldinvestments.com right now. noblegoldinvestments.com. Tell them Lionel sent you. This is the only gold company I trust. And remember, there's always a risk of investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind. My friend, the word conspiracy theory has been used with such frequency, such unintelligible disconnection to reality, that you don't really realize it anymore. It doesn't mean anything. It's kind of, it's almost been another way of signaling crazy, crazy talk, lunacy talk, idiocy, foolhardy, what have you. But I'm telling you right now, and I want you to understand exactly that there are absolutely real folks conspiring, acting as co-conspirators, conspiring from the Latin, from the term meaning to breathe with. People who are part of a dark cabal, a confederation, to see that this president, that he's just pulverized, destroyed, for reasons that go beyond TDS, that go beyond hate, that go beyond any kind of this perseveration, this focused animus. You can call it whatever you want. It's personal. Yes, it's a fixation. Yes, it's demented. But be not mistaken. This is critical. And they mean business. And they're actually telling this president that and if you read the indictment, it's this, I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is. They're saying that he cannot meet with, contract with, work with lawyers, representatives, his own confederates, not in a conspiracy, but in unison, to directly petition his government and to object to the fact that his election, based upon his way of thinking, but that his version, his view, his understanding, all of this was that he had his election stolen from him. Do you understand this? He believes this, and he doesn't have to ask you permission or ask me or us. He doesn't have to go to Jack Smith to say, do you mind if I pursue this theory? Do you mind if, can I run this by you to see if you and the Department of Justice view my particular thoughts as to why I believe that I lost this election, for me to run this by you so you can give me the approval? He doesn't have to do that. And then when he talks to lawyers and seeks their advice and talks to professionals who give him a review, their thorough understanding a priori, they are told, or rather he is told, that's not good enough. You've got to check it with us there, Trump. We don't believe what you've done. Just let this sink in. When Hillary Clinton decided, even after she destroyed or attempted to destroy or didn't destroy, I don't know how much evidence, she and her Democrats, along with Perkins Coie and Fusion GPS and the Steele dossier and Pissgate and these fanciful, incredible, crazed, lunatic, these Rube Goldberg theories of how somehow they sort of, I guess, maybe, I don't know what the word is, but how they came up with this idea, let me go back to Hillary, that Russians colluded, and nobody ever charged them with defrauding the government, defrauding people, defrauding, not only that, FISA courts, federal judges, Carter Page's phony surveillance, the investigations, the time, the manpower, the millions and millions of dollars pursuing a claim that had no good faith basis, no justiciable issues, nothing juridically sapient, none of this, nothing. How do we explain this? How do we get to the position where we can look at that and say, well, that's one thing, but President Trump, that's a different story. You have to ask permission. You have to get permission from us before we will deign to allow you to pursue your particular claims of theft. Because unless we okay it, it doesn't exist. I can't believe this is what's going on. And that's exactly what's going on. That is exactly what's going on right now in our country. I want you to think about that. I want you to remember this. I want you to think about this. And I don't want you to let a moment go by without you recognizing what we're talking about here. This is, as others, I think Professor Dershowitz has said, that this the way this has been framed, even Jack Smith could be theoretically liable for this, and criminally putative or libel in essence. Same thing goes for Hillary Clinton and everybody else. This confounds every bit of logic. This confounds everything that is decent and good and great about our system of justice. This spits in the face of due process. This is something that we have to absolutely not let happen. We can't. If Jack Smith is successful, forget the other charges we can. I'm not saying we're going to excuse them, but let's just talk about this. This last one regarding January 6th, which was an aggravated trespass, which has nothing to do with President Trump, which, by the way, he asked, please have enough troops there, have National Guard, have military, have law enforcement, please prevent this. But they didn't want that to happen because that would have obviated the very event which is now being used to accelerate his permanent confinement in a federal institution. Think about that. We as Americans cannot let this happen. Because what they can do to Trump, they can do to any of us. The Constitution still means something. Don't ever forget that. All right, dear friends, thank you so much for watching. Have a great and glorious day. Please, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And don't forget to patronize and take great heed to the words and the suggestions and the sapience and the sagacity and the offerings of our noble sponsor. Now comment as you see fit.